Good afternoon. George Cavaligos for HFT Bonds. Well, finally had a good day, a decent day. Came in this morning, the market was a little bit weak. Looked like we were going to go and do the same trade that we've done the last couple days with decent economic data, strong European stock markets, weak US dollar overnight. The bonds and notes were having trouble rallying in that environment. We were up, we were trading like 7.5, 8 on the 10-year. It looked like we'd, put up a lower high last night. We got up only to 13 in the 10-year last night after we put up the highs at 17 on Friday. So a lower high. Looked like maybe we did a little A wave down, B wave up to the overnight highs at 13, looking for a C wave down. Right to 06 plus, I think, was the target. Or no, actually, it was, 03 or something like that. Good God, I don't even remember. But, you can take a look at the chart and it'll give you your targets there. Covered a little bit early, but made decent money. I think sold like 8s and bought 4s and 5s and scaled out. Decent day. Just waited, covered in front of the Fed buyback. They had a pretty hefty buyback in the 10-year area today. They're going to have another pretty hefty buyback tomorrow in the bond area, I believe. I think between Operation Twist and the QE3, they're probably buying $15 billion in treasuries and mortgages today and tomorrow. It's going to be tough for the market to go down, but thinking they just bought 15 billion, whatever they bought today, probably 7 billion, 8 billion, and the market closed down a tick and a half in notes and down 7 ticks in the bonds. Something's not right there. I put out a couple tweets today, and one of my old buddies, Stuart Salaka at Chicago Stock, he's a great technical analyst, and I'm not saying anything bad about him. He talked about the bullish engulfing pattern on the weekly bond chart last week. Okay, yeah, we made a 1 tick lower low and we made a 1 tick higher high on the bullish engulfing pattern. Maybe. I'm just range trade. Screams range trade to me. Keep range trading. Maybe. We are getting late in this range. We've been ranging since October 5th, basically. I think the rally off of the 132.26 and the 147, 04, 05 lows that we've seen recently could be the end of the rally up to Friday's highs. I can show you a couple different wave counts here. It's very hard to get wave counts in corrective patterns. Elliott Wave recognizes 11 common corrective patterns, and with the various, subdivides and extensions, and there's probably 50 different, corrective patterns. You just got to realize when you're inside ranges, your volume is light, open interest is going up or down a little bit here and there. It's been going up slightly as we've gotten through the, the SEP expiry and we're into the D's contract. It's not up a lot. Open interest in the puts is going up. All this stuff screams to me like, range trade consolidation of the previous sell-off. We'll see. The market just isn't convinced one way or the other. Personally, I'm of the opinion that with all the Fed buying going on and all the panic that we just saw as equities sold off 6% from their highs, you'd think that the bonds would be making new highs right now. And we're nowhere near the old highs at 154.5. So, I'm of the opinion that the market's consolidating. I think we're going to get another lower low here. I wouldn't be surprised to see the 10-year go back to those old lows around 127.5, 128, and the bonds go back to those old lows down around 135. There's people who I used to consider friends of mine that are making jokes about my viewpoints on other websites. Whatever, we'll see. Doesn't matter. But we're moving on. Looking for a sell signal here. We're not getting them. I had a small sell signal in the ultras. I didn't get any in the bonds and notes. I think because the afternoon, the volume just dried up completely. We've sort of just been going sideways here. The notes have been trading 08 to 9.5, and the bonds have been trading 10 to 14 for like the last 2 hours after we had that kind of Ooh, stocks are selling off, rally, and we went up to 11 on the 10-year. I can't get you a good count right in here. I'm not sure what we're doing. I think we had 5 waves down off of last night's 13 high, and I think we're doing a wave 2 bounce. I think we're going to get another sell-off. I think it'll take the 10-year down if we're doing like a little C equals A. It'll take the 10-year down to 04. It'll take the bonds down, well, if the 10-year goes to 04, we'll probably go to like 149 even, 831, those levels that Ali was looking for earlier this morning. That's kind of what I'm looking for overnight. I don't have a short on right now. I might put one on if I can, if the market pops a little bit and we get up like 9.5, 10.5, I may try a small short with a tight stop, but I don't have a great confidence in that count right now. So I'll put it out on Twitter if I do anything tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see the market sell off a little bit again overnight here. Equities closed right on their highs. We talked about it in the chat today. Maybe it went out on Twitter. I'm not sure. And how we're seeing a little bit of a change in behavior in the equities markets. And I noticed that there was some 5-wave structures on the way up, especially in the S&P this morning. The NASDAQ didn't confirm until late in the day. It took out the overnight highs. You have a clear 5-wave move up off the lows. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a corrective move down in the equities. Maybe give us our little bounce up in the treasuries, but I wouldn't bet on it right now. When we're coming out of these corrective moves in equities, especially when the bearish sentiment has been so heavy, you could see a very violent rally in equities here. We're not firing on all cylinders again, though. You look at what's going on in the precious metals. Gold and silver were weak. The dollar index actually closed unchanged, I think, but it was up again intraday after being down last night. The correlation trades just aren't working real well here. So we'll take a look at the treasuries tonight. Look for a little bit of a bounce, maybe to put a short on. A lot of my volume and candlestick stuff does not work very well overnight because the volume is so light. But if I do put anything on, it'll be very, very small. So I'll let you know via Twitter if I do anything. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.